And everybody has ups and downs.
Oh, yeah. Overall. Yeah.
All right. It's 5:30. I'll call this meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome to all our guests. And I'd like to remind everyone of our mission, which is to encourage everyone to see and be their personal best through successful learning experiences. Become your best. Item 4 is the adoption of the agenda and consent agenda as the order of business with the identifications of items to be taken off the consent agenda for discussion or separate action. Need a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? All right, now we need to consider the approval of the consent agenda as adopted. Consider approval of the minutes of the April 18th, 2023 Board of Education meeting. Consider approval of the financial report for the period of July 1, 2022 through April 30th of 2023. And item C, consider approval of bills for the period of April 1, 2023 through April 30th, 2023 in the amount of $2,422,742.37.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6 is board reorganization. The process here is election of officers for the board seats. What we need to do is determine president, vice president, treasurer, clerk, and it requires nomination, a second, and then we vote on the positions. So if,
I nominate Bob Travis for president.
Second.
all right, are there any other nominations for president? Any other nominations? All right, hearing none, all in favor say yes.
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 Opposed?
So we take it that you accepted.
I accept. Now, let's move on to vice president.
I nominate Dan Steiner.
I would second that. Any other nominations for vice president? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
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 Opposed? You didn't oppose, so you're in, bud. Thank you. Nomination for treasurer. I nominate Tony Backus.
I'll second that nomination.
Any other nominations? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? Thank you, Tony. And finally, nomination for clerk.
I nominate Sally Isley.
I'll second that. Any other nominations for that position? Hearing none, all in favor, say yes.
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 Opposed? Thank you, Sally. Then, now we need to go through committee appointments. Are these, do we actually vote on these, or do we just,
Accept.
you just accept? All right. So let's start with foundation. I'm currently serving as a representative for foundation. I'm okay with continuing that, but if anyone else would like to take the position, it's open. All right, I guess I'll appoint myself as foundation representative. Dan, you are currently the committee appointee for Family Resource Center. Are you good with that appointment?
unless anybody else wants it.
Would anyone else like to serve on Family Resource? It's a great committee. It is, I'm not being facetious,
No,
it's,
it's
I've done
How often do they meet?
once a month usually.
Once a month?
It's not,
I'm willing to do that,
okay,
so, if that's okay.
no, be my guest.
Okay.
all right, so Kathy will be Family Resource Center. Thank you, Kathy. Let's see, that moves us down to Community Ed. Currently, that is Sally.
We actually don't meet. I just report on what I read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we haven't met since COVID, and, I mean, I'm fine, with still seeing what they do and report what they do, unless somebody else wants it, but we really don't meet.
It's like,
Are
be
you,
one
are you
committee,
on
then
facilities,
another.
though?
I'm on facilities, yeah.
That's
I
not
am,
listed
yeah.
on here, is it?
It was a new one.
Yeah.
It's subcommittee.
Oh, subcommittee, all right. All right. Okay, well,
I'll stay on then,
you want to stay on?
yeah, if nobody else wants it.
You do a really nice job with it,
Oh,
Sally.
thank you.
What am I missing here for other subcommittees? Salary and personnel, that's currently Kathy.
Yeah, and that's always an April meeting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I
Yes.
missed this year, that's a hard month for me to schedule. I think, Aaron, did you attend that meeting in April?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Would you like to attend again?
Sure, that's fine.
All right, so salary and personnel, Aaron will be a representative. Policy,
I'm fine with that.
are you good with that? Because you do a great job with that, so Janelle will continue in that.
Kathy's on that one too.
And,
Kathy's.
is she?
Yes.
Oh, Kathy's on it as well. It's not listed here, but, okay, great. And then Facilities Committee, right now, that's Dan and Sally?
Mhm. Yes.
And are you two both good with that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay? And I believe that's all our committees. All right? So the committees are duly appointed. Thank you very much for your committee work, and we will move on. Academic Pillar of Excellence. I believe we have a presentation by our AFS students, Pat and Laura.
And Ann is here too.
And Ann, yep, sorry.
Just stand over here if that's okay.
That'd be great.
Paul in the back.
Oh, it makes no difference, you can all stand along here too. So, just a little brief history of AFS, it actually was started in 1947, after World War II. And Plymouth High School has had students here since 1949. And I think that really says a lot about our community. Yeah, 1949, 2 years after it started, some of the first students to come here were from Japan and Germany. And I think that's just leaps and bounds. This year, we have eight AFS students and 2 other kids from other organizations. And I think what I'd like to do is just start on the end, and why don't you introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and that'll be it for right now.
You can start.
Oh, we'll start with Mateo, boys first.
Okay, so I'm Mateo. I'm from Spain, and I'm with ISE. But I'm doing stuff with EFS because we don't do a lot with ISE, and I'm doing activities with them and with the kids from EFS. And I came here because my mom was here 30 years ago in the same town here. So, yep, that's what I'm doing here.
That's pretty cool. So,
I am Philip. I am from Slovakia, And I'm here through a organization which is called Flex, and that organization's purpose is to basically bring kids from former Soviet bloc countries and to like bridge the difference between Soviet East Bloc and America.
I'm Alea, and I'm from Switzerland, and I'm with AFS, only with AFS.
I'm Ramzan from Germany, and I'm only with AFS too. I'm Zizi, and I'm from Israel. I'm through YES program, which is a sponsored program, and my placement organization is AFS.
I'm Sinad, I'm from Israel too, and I'm also from the ES program, and I'm with AFS.
I'm Ines, I'm from Spain too, and I'm here with AFS.
Hi everyone, I'm Blagica. I am through AFS as well, and I'm also through YES, which is a paid scholarship program.
Hi, I'm Gigi. I'm from South Korea, and I'm in ICES organization.
So we'd like to thank you for letting us host this many students. And I think you guys have all enriched their lives as they have enriched yours. And all the students, all the friends that they have made. Any questions?
Questions?
Favorite foods you guys can't get at home?
Yes, that was the question they
Let's start with Gigi. Favorite food?
Favorite food?
Yeah,
That you can't get back home?
that you can't get back home.
Oh, actually I like food, so I like every kind of food, but the Plymouth is famous as cheese, so my answer is cheese.
Well played.
We can get Reese's peanut butter cups in Macedonia, and I love peanut butter and I love chocolate, and that mixed together I think is really good.
I also really like Reese's, but I think mac and cheese, I really like that.
I love golfers. I just had golfers before coming.
I would say cheese curds, since like Plymouth, the capital of cheese, so everything with cheese is just my favorite here.
I agree with that.
I was also gonna say mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese.
Deep fried cheese curds.
Okay, so I have peanut butter in Spain, but we don't have it that much. So I would say peanut butter. Like here, I probably have it every single day, and then, like then, probably most of them mac and cheese. I don't know.
Nice.
Cool.
I was able to make the cultural fair a 3 weeks or so ago, and it was really nice sitting down, talking with each one almost individually, most of them that were there, and it was just really, really a neat experience.
That's thanks to our table. It's been an asset for our program, that's for sure.
I think all of us got like a really good connection, and like we're really good friends now in a big group, and we enjoy like people from different countries like just get along here in America, and it was pretty cool to make new friends and from other countries, different religions. So.
Great.
And as you mentioned, the culture fair, like Anne and Pat and Laura Cable, like they do a lot for us, and I feel like the experience wouldn't be the same if they didn't give us the opportunities.
I want to add about that like all AFS members and everyone is working with exchange students, they actually like deserve these positions because
This
they
volunteer
are
position.
actually like they're like really well connected with exchange students, and they're doing a lot for us to make this experiences the best of our experiences in life. So really appreciate their hard work with us.
Excellent. I'm just curious, future plans, careers, college, what are you thinking?
So this is my senior year back home too, and I really want to come here for college next year, but it's kind of hard for us. Like it's really expensive. Like here for us, it's really expensive. Like because back home in Spain we have like almost free college. Like they're like public, So I'm not sure, like I really want to come here back, and I don't really want to go back in Spain to college. It's just for studying, so. But we'll see if I can get some scholarships or not, but I'm trying to, so.
Great, good luck.
I have one more year back home, so I have to finish that. And then I was thinking about USA actually, but the cost of education here is really high, so I will think about Western Europe probably.
I still have like 3 years back home because this year doesn't count, and I think we finished school a bit later than everyone else. So once I'm done with high school back home, I'll probably go either high school there because we have good high school and it's cheap, or I was thinking going to England now that I know English. So yeah.
And when I go back, I have 3 more years of school, and after that, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. So I still have 1 more year back home, and I'm for sure coming back to the U.S. for college, and I'm going to study international business.
Nice.
I also have 1 more year, and I'm planning to go to Spain for college.
Sounds like a problem.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sure. I will do USA.
Yeah, I'm still having another year in Spain of high school, and then I don't really know where I want to go. I think that I want to keep traveling also and like studying in a different country. I used to say that I wanted to go to college in Spain, but like since I came here, I feel that this experience open your mind more, and like the only thing that you want to do is just meeting people and different cultures. So I don't know where, but probably in a different place.
In my country, a normal salary, a high-paying salary would be $1,000 a month. So it would cost me like a kidney and a half to pay for a year. So maybe the U.S. if a scholarship would be gifted to me, but since I'm planning on going into med school, that would be very hard to do since the competition in med school is really big.
I love here, so I'm gonna continue stay here for studying, and I will graduate the high school in U.S.
Great. All right. Anything else?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
And they did love the polar plunge.
Oh, did you do it?
Yeah.
All of you?
I didn't do it. I wasn't here. I was with my host family in Florida.
Darn.
A little more warm.
Yeah, a little bit too warm.
We
That
had-
doesn't count.
A lot of us went in, yeah.
Wow, good for you.
Some of us twice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a story you can tell. Thanks again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item B, consider approval of the proposed revisions to adopt the 2022-2023 elementary school student and parent handbook for the 2023-2024 school year. Principal Nick O'Malley.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Again. As I reported at the committee of the whole, there are no significant and notable changes to report to the elementary school upcoming year.
All right, thank you. So we need a motion to approve with minor change. So moved. Second?
Second.
Any other questions for Mr. O'Malley? All in favor of the changes, say yes.
Yes.
Or adoption. Opposed? Your work is done. Thanks, Nick. All right, go. Now we need to consider approval of proposed revisions to the 2022-2023 Riverview Middle School Student and Parent Handbook for the 2023-2024 school year. And that's Principal Tom Dorgan.
He is unable to be here this evening with a family conflict, so I'm just going to pinch hit for him.
All right.
And if you remember, we discussed it in the committee of the whole, and there was just some changes to the attendance language, and then one line added to dance eligibility.
Okay, all right. So, motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? All right, that's, business is done. Finance, Building, and Grounds Board will consider approval of the district health, dental, vision insurance renewals for the 2023-2024 school year. Business Manager, Amy.
Yeah. So just a little bit of backstory about what we were facing this year when it came to our health insurance renewal. It's no secret that health insurance costs continue to go up, and we were no exception to that. Originally, our first renewal rate increase came in at 15.5% with no plan changes. That would have been an additional $540,000 to our district budget. When we combine that with salary increases, that was just too much of a hit on the budget. So we went back and, talked to them and looked over some of the other options that they had given us. That was to keep our current plan that we have the exact same, would have cost that much. They also gave us a quote to only offer a high deductible plan. We currently have a PPO and a high deductible plan. This high deductible plan would have deductibles of $5,000, $10,000, and our current high deductible plan has $3,000, $6,000. So it would have gone up substantially. But it was only a 1.17% increase, so it would have only cost the district $41,000 to bring that option in. Then we also looked at an offer from Prevea. They have a plan called their Prevea 360 HMO plan. And that plan is a closed network, and all of most locations and physicians and a lot of places are covered under our current plan. We have a very broad network. So Aurora, Prevea, Children's, Freighter, St. Luke's, they're all covered under our current plan. This would have moved everyone out besides Prevea. So we would have ended up closing our network, and anyone that 70% of our staff utilize Aurora right now and those other places. So everyone would have had to basically move over. The majority would have had to move physicians and providers. That plan had a 0.07% increase and would have cost the district $2,500. When we weighed out everything, we knew we couldn't do 15.5%, just wasn't feasible. We didn't want to go to a closed network and, disrupt 70% of our staff's medical care. And we're really not excited about only offering a high deductible at this point. So we went back to our consultants and started throwing out numbers, what can we change? What if we do this? And we settled on making very slight adjustments to our current plan. We increased our deductible by $1,000 single and $2,000 family. We removed out-of-network coverage from the PPO plan, but we did not remove out-of-network and out-of-country emergency care. That is still all there. This is like if you go to see an out-of-network doctor for a sore throat or, whatever, that would not be covered, which, looking at our claims history, has maybe happened one time in the last 4 years. So we were pretty safe in choosing that. And then we could keep our high deductible plan exactly what it is right now. So our current PPO plan moved from deductibles of $1,400, $2,800 to $2,400, $4,800. We removed the out-of-network coverage, and those were the only two changes we made to the PPO plan. The high deductible plan remains the same at $3,000, $6,000. And by making those changes, we were able to settle on a 6.7% increase, which came to $220,000 additional to our budget. So it took a little while, but we got something that we think is pretty decent.
Fair.
Yep.
Okay.
So that was the health insurance. The good news is dental insurance and vision insurance stayed exactly the same. There were no plan changes, no rate changes, so we didn't even have to talk about that.
All right.
So are there any questions about any of that?
Thank you for being as thorough as you did, looking at all the different options that were out there, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So we need a motion to approve?
Our history of healthcare increases has been kind of gradual though, huh? 2%, 3%. How much over the last 10 years has it gone up?
I mean, we've had some years that it's gone negative, so maybe in the last 10 years, 15 to 20% if you know, we've had some years of like 5%, but then we had a couple years way back when it was like negative 8%. That was back in the the good old days. But I'd say between 15 and 20 in total. This is probably the highest. I mean, the 15.5% was quite high. 6.7% was the absolute lowest that they would give us.
I would just add to your answer too about that. Those percentages that were sometimes low, like the 1 and the 2%ers, sometimes we got to those by modifying the plan and doing some different things. So increasing deductibles and similar things, what we're talking about now. But
Right.
this year was the most extreme.
It was. The year when we moved to everything goes to deductible first, co-pays really don't have that much weight anymore. We were able to really, keep our increase very low. But now, because of the way that the plan is designed and how everything goes to deductibles, to mess with co-pays and stuff, it just doesn't do anything for us.
Doesn't make any impact.
Deductibles are about one of the only things that we can negotiate.
Sure.
And we purposely left the high deductible plan the way that it was, just because we knew that the PPO was, it's a little bit higher than what we would like, but by doing that with the high deductible, it seemed a little bit better balanced.
How many of our staff members opt for the high deductible plan versus?
Not many. We have 13 right now.
Oh, wow.
There's like an HSA or something that they pair with it?
Yeah, that one is eligible for an HSA.
How is the cost share done?
Right now, and it has been this way since we brought the high deductible on, employees pay 12% for the PPO. For the high deductible, they pay less than that, which is typical of a high deductible plan. So the district covers more of the cost of a high deductible plan, which is fine right now if we ever get to the point that we have, like all high deductible or majority. We would have to look at those percentages of, payroll deduction, but we don't need to right now. High deductible plans can be scary for a lot of people, so we're really trying to keep our PPO plan as long as we can, because it does bring just some peace of mind for a lot of people.
Other questions? So we need a motion to approve the plan as described
Mhm.
by Amy as the recommendation.
I'll make a motion to accept the health rental insurance recommendation.
Second.
Any other discussion?
Have we, the 12% share, have we looked at increasing, or have we increased it over the last 10 years?
We haven't increased it. We've asked our consultants about that, and that doesn't seem to be a very popular thing that area districts are doing. So we haven't visited that.
Are we kind of in line with area districts on that 12%?
Yeah, most everyone has 12%. Our premiums that we pay per plan seem to be a little bit lower than other area districts yet, which is good. And our network is probably one of the only open networks around this proximity. Many have gone to a closed network or a narrow network, which we haven't gone to yet.
And who's the plan through? Maybe I missed that.
UMR, well, WCA. They're one and the same.
Yeah.
I think it's Wisconsin Counties Association, and UMR is United Medical something. It's United Medical, I don't know.
Any other questions?
No.
With that, all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes? Opposed? Thank you for your work on that, Amy. I know it's not easy. Item B, consider approval of the food service prime vendor for the 2023-2024 school year. Karen Johnson is here for any questions and discussion.
Yeah, nothing has changed since the summary at the committee level. All that information was in by that date, so unless you have any further questions, my recommendation is the same.
Need a motion?
Make a motion to approve the food service prime vendor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other questions? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Thanks, Karen. Moving on, consider gifts and corresponding budget adjustments. Dan?
Yes, again, our community always steps up and has gifts and donations for us that we use every day in our school district. So the first one is the donation of $100 from Steve and Carrie Dasso for the Jolly Pranksters at Plymouth High School. And another one is the donation of $200 from Rotary Club for the Jolly Pranksters at Plymouth High School. And those are the only two we're bringing forward this month, and all the adjustments would be made to our budget.
Need a motion to accept the donations and corresponding adjustments?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
And thank you for those donations. Moving on to policy, consider approval of the second reading of the Neola policy updates, volume 32, number 1. Janelle.
Yes. And as I mentioned last month, Kathy and I met with Dan Mella and Katrina and with Richard from Neola. We went through all the policy revisions and the summary list. Most of it was all, again, technical corrections and grammatical pieces that they've changed. And the two pieces that we wanted to highlight is that we're adding in the staff ethics section. Again, in previous administrations, we did not have an ethics statute or policy for our staff. And we're adding that in. In future years, I'll probably add in the similar language for support staff, so that'll sound like a repeat when that arrives again. And then the other bigger piece that was amended quite a bit was the section on student anti-harassment policies. And basically, it's a we're updating it all just to align with the Office of Civil Rights, so that we're complying with what their terminology is in their language. All right, and we all went through it all quite in detail at the policy committee and meetings, and we recommend we approve it.
All right, so, need a motion to approve second reading?
Make a motion to approve the second reading?
Second.
Are there any other questions or discussion? Then all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
And opposed? Thank you, Janelle and Kathy, for your work on that. Item 10, consider approval of the notice of disallowance of claim. Mr. Mella.
Yes, this is a procedural portion that we go through when we are served a lawsuit for something that occurs on our grounds. So this relates back to, we had a student who, not a student, we had a small child fall through the stairs, and subsequent to that, there's a suit filed for recovering money from our insurance company. So the proper step is that that claim comes to the Board of Education, and in open session, the board then either disallows the claim, which allows the procedures, the negotiations between the insurance company and our attorney to begin right away, or you can let it lapse after 120 days. The same thing will happen anyway. That if you just let it lapse, that means you disallowed the claim. The recommendation of our attorney is in the letter here from Tony Renning, saying you can disallow the claim here, and that gives them the chance for our legal representation and our insurance company to get working with theirs to find a settlement.
All right. So it really moves it along is what it does, right?
By you disallowing the claim, it allows it to move forward faster.
Faster.
That's the only difference.
Okay. All right.
Make a motion to approve the notice of disallowance of claim?
Second.
All right. Any other discussion or questions? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? All right. And then we move on to personnel. Why does it jump from 10 to 13?
No, we have a period of public
Oh,
participation.
I'm on the wrong thing. I'm looking at the background. Sorry. Period of public participation, recognize those who would like to address the board. And Katrina, do we have people that signed in?
I've got two here. First, I have Barbara Drury Zimmerman. I come to you as a concerned citizen. I graduated from a high school a few years ago. I am very concerned about what's happening with our teachers, and teachers quitting, breaking their contracts. I'm not criticizing the board for making some of the punishments a little more severe. As an employer, I totally understand, contracts to me are very important. But my main concern is what is happening in our schools that our teachers are feeling this way. Why are they quitting? I'm an educator. I've been an educator all my life. We are in a time period in this country. We thought COVID was bad. I think we're seeing a lot worse things happening right now. And this is, to me, one of the signs. People are falling apart. And they need help. So I don't know what help has been given to these teachers, but when somebody gets to that point, that really concerns me. And I see some of you shaking your heads. I think you understand a lot of what's going on, and I think there's probably some things that are being done, but I really try to encourage you to even do more. The second thing I'm very concerned about are the bus drivers. My husband has been a bus driver for 15 years. This has been the absolute worst year of bus driving that he has ever had. He gets no support from the schools. He has tried to get appointments. We've tried for 2 weeks to get an appointment with the principal at Riverview School to talk about some of the issues in the schools and the kids on the bus. He has 4-year-olds saying the F word. Where did they learn that? Why is that happening? He has spent, I watch him spend 2 hours at night writing kids up. For what? Nothing is done. And he's not the only one. I don't think any of you realize how difficult the job bus driving is. And for my husband, it's a mission in his life. He loves it. But I'll tell you right now, they are all being stressed. This school system is able to not only get all the kids here, but they're also able to do a lot of the athletic events, other events. You go to other school districts, parents are shuffling those kids all over. And guess what they get paid? Not even as much as people working at McDonald's. That's a real sad state of affairs. You're asking them to drive a vehicle in all sorts of weather, and you're also asking them to have eyes in the back of their heads to watch what's going on behind them. The people that drive for Elkhart Lake, one of the things that happens when those kids come, there's a teacher there to meet the bus and ask if there's any issues. My husband has never had that support, or very little. I think there needs to be some changes made on, how kids are handled on the bus, how we can make it a better and safer situation. You'd love to slam on the brakes when you got 3 kids standing up, but is that safe? Those kids aren't being safe. So I bring these concerns to you. I'm not only just a complainer, I don't complain a whole bunch, but I'm also willing to be part of the solution. And if there's a group of people that would like to get together and try to figure some of this stuff out, I'd be more than willing to be part of that group. I think there are a lot of people in this community that you could draw from to help people in need, families in need. We've got some great resources, but I think there's a lot of resources that are not being tapped. And I think we need to start bringing some of those people in. So, do you have any questions for me?
Questions for Barb?
Good, because I can go watch my granddaughter play softball.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same color.
Okay, next up, Amanda Green.
Hi.
Here I stand today in 2023 having to tell the school board about the biology of the human body. Way back when we created bathrooms for boys and girls, why would we do that? Well, I would think it would have something to do to protect boys and girls from something inappropriate from happening behind closed doors. Protecting them from seeing body parts that shouldn't be seen until adult ages. Protect them from being put in an uncomfortable situation. Now in 2023, that has all been pushed out the door. What happened to safety at school? Now instead of protecting them, you are putting them at risk in one of the most vulnerable places in school. Schools are shoving gender ideology down kids' throats left and right. Right now, the transgender community is the most protected community in the country. So they have their beliefs, which I believe is mental illness, and I have mine. So what happens to my kids if we do not believe you get to choose your gender? We refuse as a family to use pronouns and refuse to call you anything other than your biological gender. Our beliefs respected, my children's views protected. Schools are creating a divide in students when it could easily be avoided. I don't ever want to have to worry about my daughter showering at gym class and a naked male, or any male for that matter, showering next to her. How is she protected? How would a school allow naked men or boys to be in the same locker room as girls? I say it exactly like this because of the Sun Prairie incident. For those who aren't aware of it, an 18-year-old male was naked, showering in front of 3 14-year-old girls. How in anyone's right mind would allow this to happen? Well, the school did. The school allowed a man to sexually expose himself to minors, 2 girls, and put them in a situation that no girls, especially a child, should be exposed to. We need to go back to the basics. Boys are boys and should only be allowed in the boys' bathroom, and same with the girls. Remove the gender ideology out of the schools and focus on education, not politics. Treat children for mental illness rather than antagonizing them. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
That's it.
All right. Okay. We'll move on then to item 12, which is board liaison reports, community ed. Sally?
About 5 minutes ago, as I was looking at the agenda, I kind of laughed to myself and was embarrassed because I did not prepare anything. And I'm like, what a way to start out this year. So, but what I suggest.
Well, yeah, you just accepted the appointment, yeah.
Please don't fire me. So go on to Community Ed's website, and they just show a lot of different activities going on all the time. So I apologize, next month I will be on top of it. I can't believe it just slipped my mind this week. So.
That's all right, Sally.
Thanks.
A lot of things going on lately, so. Foundation, I can report that they are beginning the work of looking at the scholarships that all will start to begin now as the year starts to wind down. And there's a lot of generosity in this community, and we thank everyone in this community that gives to the foundation, and those dollars are put to great work of the grants, the mini grants, and scholarships. So thank you for that. And Family Resource Center, Dan, this is your last time reporting out on this. Make it good.
So I'll make it an excellent one. So just wanted to highlight one of the core programs. We talked a lot about early childhood education, how important it is to the foundation of reading in our 3K and 4K programs here at our school. And just wanted to kind of discuss that as Parents as Teachers program is a program run by the Family Resource Center. It's a free program for parents of children from birth to 3 years of age. Parents and children can remain in the program until your child begins preschool. And then the services include in-home visits and a variety of parenting classes to help make the most of your child's early childhood years. And that is it.
Thank you. Well done.
You're welcome.
No, bring your own baby.
Kathy, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
All right. Personnel.
Yes, we have a number of new hires that we'd like to have their contracts approved. So just as a note again to the public, we have been intentionally trying to get out there early. The pool of candidates for teaching positions is shrinking not only here but everywhere. And so we are trying to be as diligent as possible. Our people that are retiring and that are letting us know they're resigning to move on to somewhere else, we're asking for those if they can do that earlier so that we can get going on this earlier. And so we're really feeling pretty solid right now. We're getting we have some candidates, we're getting interviews going, and we are doing some hiring and filling positions for next year at a pretty good clip. So we're happy about that. So the first, I'll just give you all the names, and then you can approve. First one is consider the approval of a 100% contract for Noelle Allison to be a fourth grade teacher at Horizon Elementary School, beginning 23-24 school year. Noelle received her bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, and this will be Noelle's 8th year of teaching. Consider the approval of a 100% contract for Nicole Gazer to be a fourth grade teacher at Fairview Elementary, beginning 23-24 school year. Nicole received her bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point and her master's from Marian University. This will be Nicole's first year of teaching. Consider the approval of a 100% contract for Shelley Benedict to be a 7th grade teacher at Riverview Middle School, beginning with the 23-24 school year. Shelley received her bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. This will be Shelley's 9th year of teaching, and if you remember, Shelley was a 7th grade teacher for us not too long ago, and took a little hiatus and is coming back, so we're happy to have her back. Consider the approval of a 100% contract for Kendra Tibiste to teach English at Plymouth High School, beginning 23-24 school year. Kendra received her bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. This will be Kendra's first year of teaching. Consider the approval of a 100% contract for Abby Freund to teach English at Plymouth High School, beginning with the 23-24 school year. Abby received her bachelor's degree from Viterbo University. This will be Abby's 3rd year of teaching. Strangely enough, I taught Abby's father when I was back at Neenah. I saw that she was from that area. I said, "What's your dad's name?" So that means I'm getting really old. Consider the approval of a 100% contract for Jason Cole to be the alternative education teacher at Plymouth High School, beginning with the 23-24 school year. Jason received his bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater and a master's from Cardinal Stritch University. This will be Jason's 11th year of teaching. If you remember, Jason was principal of Parkview Elementary, resigned his position to do something different, and this seemed like a very fitting spot for him. And we're happy to have him. So those are the teaching positions to be approved, and I do have a support staff update after they're approved.
I make a motion, we approve all these contracts.
I'll second that.
Any questions, discussion? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? All right, thank you. Support staff.
Support staff update, we have Beth Waller, a teacher's aide at Parkview Elementary School. She has submitted her retirement. Beth has been with the district for 19 years. Havana Crook, a special education aide at Riverview Middle School, has submitted her resignation. Those are the 2 support staff updates, and there's no action required on those.
All right, that moves us to item 14, travel. Consider the out-of-state travel request from FBLA teacher Todd Williams to take high school students to Atlanta, Georgia, June 27th through June 30th of 2023 for the 2023 FBLA National Leadership Conference.
Yes, this was part of my superintendent's update a little bit later too. FBLA did a great job at our state competitions, and so this is an extension of that. So yes, they will be heading to Atlanta, Georgia, and this request does line up with the board policies. Expenses will be the responsibility of the students and their parents through fundraising.
How many students?
It is, I have it, 8.
8?
Yes. I wrote it over here.
Wow. All right. So we need a motion?
Make a motion to approve the FBLA teacher Todd Williams to take the high school student to Atlanta, Georgia.
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? All right, nothing on item 15. On to item 16, President's Report. I just wanted to touch on more discussion on our initiative as we lean into childcare and the alternatives the district is exploring. And I don't know if you've read the press lately, but There has been a lot in the Sheboygan Press about childcare in our county and some numbers that just pretty amazing. Right now, there are there's a shortage, and I should have circled the number, but of Sheboygan's counties, and this is from the Sheboygan Press, Sheboygan County's approximately 40 licensed child care providers. They have about 1,500 spots for children. As of January, more than 350 children are known to be on the waiting list in the county, and roughly 200 of those children are ages 2 or younger. So as we look at that and you consider those numbers, we talk about kids and coming into our school and being school ready. We have a role to play in this. The county itself is allocating $2 million in grants for projects that will help to lower the cost of childcare, make childcare more readily available, as well as there are additional state dollars being considered to be granted as well. So our time is right as a community, as a school board, to really look at the impact we can have on the lives of our community members, our families, our young children coming into the school system. Barbara, in her public comments, wondered, where kids are learning the 4-letter words. Don't know, but I think if they were in childcare settings, that maybe somebody would teach them that those are not words that we use in public. And so who knows? I think the opportunity is here, and I just encourage all of us to let's stay on this path. I think it's the right path. And that's my report. Dan?
All right. A couple of student updates. So I mentioned earlier, FBLA had a great state run, and now they're going to their summer conference, and they're invited there on purpose because of their quality to Atlanta, Georgia. The things like again, the comprehensive nature of the things we do are the band concert was it last night? Yeah, last night. Just rave reviews. Our artwork going down the hall, heading towards the north end of the building. If you ever get a chance to go down there, Ryan Krippendorf has been growing that program, and we have so many kids getting excellent scholarships, and there's a lot of money in scholarships in art and music that is available to people, and they're putting out some fantastic work. It's just beautiful. Then today and yesterday, our tech club students were out at Road America and driving the 3 race cars that they've built from scratch, and they're 3 different categories. I do have to say that my junior son did spin out and took it into the grass and did get yelled at by the clerk or whatever the guy with the flag was. But so they're out there, and every one of our Plymouth cars ran all of their runs. There was never a need for any of them to go back into the trailer to have any work done, and that's what those kids are working on for an entire winter, is prepping those cars and getting them ready. And meanwhile, there's other trailers sitting around and kids are working, and that's a part of the learning experience too. But and we've been there. The tech club has been there. It used to be, get it running for a little bit and then get it, back to the trailer to get it running again. But they do a wonderful job. So our kids have a ton of wonderful opportunities and experiences beyond the typical regular program that they're learning, which is also important. I do have one announcement about myself. Just making this announcement right now so that so that the board has some time to do what they need to do. And it's that after 21 years of working in this district and loving every minute of it and serving our students and families and staff, I'll be retiring at the end of the 23-24 school year, so I'll be here for the entire next year. But the purpose of this earlier announcement is to make sure that the board has a good opportunity to do the searching that they need to do, to talk to candidates, to coalesce around the issues that they want to focus on with the next leader of the district. And as I've said many times, a board and, with their leadership will have a major impact on a school district. And a board that is highly functioning has a strong positive impact on a school district and the learning of every kid in that district. And so I think the time that you take and, the issues and the focus and the themes that you're coming up with for looking for the next district administrator are, really important. And this board is a highly functioning board. So whoever the next candidate is that takes this position is a lucky superintendent, because there are many boards that don't have this level of communication and function and just in general nice behavior. And so, well, except for, no, I'm just kidding. So, thank you for the time. I'll be here, I'm not saying goodbye yet because I got a full year, but I just wanted to make that announcement so people knew what was happening moving forward. So, and that's my report.
Boy, you know how to end on a downer. Yeah, we're going to have lots of time to say goodbye and thank you and deny your resignation. So, but Dan, you've done us a great service and you've shown us great leadership in some kind of crazy times, and you will be difficult to find a replacement for. So
you'll find somebody excellent.
We've got our work cut out for us, but anyway.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so at this moment, we need to vote to adjourn into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.85, 1, Section C, to consider the employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation of public employees over which the school board has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. Specifically, the school board will be discussing the employment of professional staff members, administrators, and to approve the closed minutes from April 18th of the 2023 board meeting. Closed board meeting. Roll call? Sally?
Dan?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Sally, yes. Aaron?
Yes.
Janelle? Yes. And Kathy?
Yes.
All right, thank
The
you
minutes
all for coming, and we're moving into closed session.
And Amy, remember, I don't need a ride. We were down to